Thanks for having us. A little disclaimer on our side. Interspecies games the fuse between Curve Labs and Weave teams. So our presentation is going to be at hyperspeed. Little forgiveness for that. At Interspecies games, we think financializing or tokenizing nature is not sufficient enabler for sovereignty. On the contrary, this approach risks the new creation of algorithms of extraction. Thus, we think agency must be embedded in internet relationality of species and their environment. We propose playing into existence a new paradigm of a networked agency of interspecies context. Nature doesn't need our charity. We need more robust and convivial forms of engagement to create new relations of solidarity between humans and nature that would foster interspecies engagement and coordination towards the realization of a not only human regenerative economy. How to activate a new we, a new collective consciousness that allows us to summon and perpetuate an interspecies agency. We want to move from an atomized understanding of charity as the modus operandi for impact towards a relational one where transformation happens at the edges, unleashing viral dynamics. Our approach draws on the theory of social choice as opposed to classical game theory, from node-oriented systems to edge-oriented systems, as we try to articulate peer influence as a multi-species paradigm. We seek to reformulate human nature false dichotomy through playforms leveraging automated logic and game mechanics facilitating engagement around resource accumulation and collective allocation. To introduce our game a little bit, the main game mechanic rests around the idea of the tree of life, an embodiment of the spirit of the park, in this context, the Volkspark Friedrichshain, which coordinates the narratives and user flows around the park. The tree has two main objectives: to become self-aware through oracular inputs and to enrich its relations with its community. The tree of life represents the tokenomic agency with an associated Ethereum address owned by a Gnosis safe. The safe is the owner of a spectralized, fractionalized NFT, thus is the beneficiary for the majority of the staked tokens. These tokens enable both access for governance, for the resources, and also provide incentives for incentivizing behavior of its community, both in terms of facilitating learning and also the betterment of the public space.
I will tell you about the heart of our tree. So basically how it works. We have ERC20 and ERC721 tokens on the network, and based on the result of the games, based on the result on some actions that you've done in the park, you've cleaned the park a bit, for example, you've played a game and you won. You get ERC20 tokens and you can use them to manage your park. So for example, here you can see a list of proposals off-chain. So that's a snapshot, which is like off-chain voting provider basically for us. So you can generate new proposals. So yeah, like this. You just click new proposal and you can fill in your proposal, voting parameters. I won't just fill in because time is really running fast here. So yeah, for example, it's something like this. You generate question. For example, you have some hounds who have helped to manage like the park a lot, and you want to send some amount of tokens to him. And what we basically have here is some kind of a plutocracy. Let's say it right. So the more tokens you have, the more value you brought into the park, the more tokens you have, the more power you have in the voting on the park decisions. So yeah, you can vote here, and I will just show you an example of past voting. So yeah, that's like a general examples of different voting. So yeah, so for example, you're just passing the vote, and after the vote has passed, it goes into the reality application when you should approve it. And after the vote has been approved, it can do anything. So for example, we have a general pool and on Gnosis Safe, and you can send some tokens from Gnosis Safe to pay to musicians that will come to your park and play. You can send some money to clean the park. So you can you use your game and bring something new to the infrastructure.
We actually implemented one example of one of these interspecies games. This is called a game of oracles, and it's a specific instantiation called King of Bugs. So a bit of context. We were describing some type of autonomous system called the Tree of Life. The current best paradigm for instantiating a system that has, we would call it wisdom, self-consciousness, agency. The current best paradigm is called machine learning. Machine learning requires an amazing amount of high quality data. So wouldn't it be cool if there was a way to get data into the system without making people work for it? Data that is really, really difficult to get. This is sort of the tricky thinking of the Tree of Life. It's a super clever system. So the Tree of Life is going to invite you to play a virally dynamic game. It is a live web app. You can use the QR code on your phone, and it'll work a lot better than I will demonstrate on my screen because it's designed for a phone. So let's just play. So this is the first screen. No, this is not the first screen. This is the first screen. So this is called the Game of Oracles, and this is a landing page for many different types of games. Again, one instantiation we have made is called King of Bugs. How do you play King of Bugs? So you're in the park, you've got your phone, you're running around, you're looking for cool insects. Your objective is to find the coolest insect. Like, haven't you ever thought about this in a park? Where is the coolest insect right now? What does it look like? Maybe you guys have this problem, I don't know. Let's take a look. So we're gonna capture a picture. So on your phone, this is already integrated with your camera. So in data science, I want to get high quality data. So here we can actually put a region mask on top of the image. We're gonna enter the image. We're gonna submit it to the Tree of Life. We're gonna name it Mr. Squishy, and I'm gonna compose a poem to it. Poem goes here. So I had a lot of fun. I was making poems for all these bugs in the database. Submit. Okay, so this is a mobile app. We're currently in mobile app world. We're not connected to the blockchain necessarily. So I'm going to switch now to the desktop app. With the desktop app, you should certify. This is the connection between blockchain identity and simple authentication. We'd sign in with MetaMask. We would certify our submissions. We sign them and say, yeah, this is mine. I own this in the blockchain. And we can take a look at the leaderboard. These are the current top bugs. Cool. How does a bug become the top coolest bug? The king of bugs. Let's go back and yeah, that's right. We built Tinder for insects in a park. So we can swipe left and right. Love it, love it, love it. Don't like him. Cool. That's the game. So guys, you can jump on to the game. I want to play this game. We built it. We want to play it. My office is in Tiergarten. I'm going to send an invite. I want people running around. I'll be there playing with it. So in a couple of weeks, yeah, let's make it happen. So thanks a lot, guys.